you're 6 inches away from going to state and shot put, talking about, I didn't like the spinning on the discus thing and trying to get on target. Because, not throw it in the net, or the judge that always likes to peek around the corner of the net for a foot fault, taking one right in the fucking noggin. Hey, pal, I'm a junior high kid that doesn't know how to throw discus. Maybe keep that head behind the fucking net. Just saying. Throwing it out there for your protection.
So the couple years I coached track, it's our first home track meet. And so, we're at a poor school. So you have to paint your own guidelines.
Yeah.
So so it's already shit. Now that I've already said that, you know where it's going. So you have to start in the middle of the circle and then V your way out. Well, they tell you that it has to be however many feet width at the very, very end, at the opening of the V. Then you come down to the point. I don't know how long it is, and I didn't know the angle of how long it was supposed to be. So we put the tape measure out at the very long part, right? So I'm eyeballing from the middle to the edge of that tape measure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get done with it. And the head coach comes over and he goes, "What's that?" And I went, "Oh, that's the sector lines." And he goes, "Oh no." He goes, "Coach, that's all wrong." And I went, "Oh, you really?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We have a stencil in the back that all you had to do was ask." I said, "Okay." I was 6 feet off. So the next day is our track meet. I was 6 feet wide. So they had to come in 6 feet on the one side to make the proper guidelines. So the head track meet official comes in and they have to make sure everything is right.
Yeah.
I'm standing over by the discus. She comes over. She goes, "What's that line right there for?" I said, "Oh, that's my guideline. That way for safety reasons that everybody has to stay behind that line while somebody's throwing." She goes, "Oh my God, that's the best idea I've ever seen in my life."
I thought this was going to go a different route, that you took the paint and just went
Green?
And did like a squiggle line through the whole thing. Don't look at this one.
No. I told her that it was the guidelines. Nobody gets
I don't want
injured.
anybody getting hurt. I mean, we happen to catch a lot of fans out here. I'm like, I have some. I mean, the rules of that event, shot put as well. Like the discus thing. I understand the foot fault, because it's just painted.
Yeah.
Now the shot put thing, there's like a
block
board
there,
or a block there that,
yeah.
like, if I foot fault, I'm falling on my ass. I mean, I'm going assholes over elbows kind of into the pit, or gravel, as we like to call it. But on the discus, like you throw, and then you stand there and you watch it land. 7-8 seconds, however long it takes.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, you have to shag my own disc. It's like nobody's fucking bringing it back, so I have to run out there and get it so the next kid can try.
How many times did you run out the front of it?
All the fucking time. I only got called once, and I threw a fucking fit of you have to exit the back. Fucking why? You also have to enter from the back.
I know.
Why?
I don't know.
This circle, like, you watched my feet for the foul. I threw the
It's out
disc.
of my hand.
It's out of my hand.
It landed.
I literally stood there and was, because when you throw, you kind of take a step back or whatever, and watched it land. And then I walked and then started jogging. Foul. It already happened, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I
They've
hit,
changed
I hit that
now.
guy with a disc.
Yeah. They changed it now. You can enter from anywhere. You still have to exit out the back.
That just doesn't make any sense.
It's weird. I mean,
so you have to be basically the poop of the discus pit.
Yes.
Come out the back.
Yes. Yeah.
And make you feel like shit.
Or the cum.
Okay.
What are we going to do?
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Now that we've talked about track and field,
we have no listeners.
That's the show, everybody.
We're switching it.
Big track and field show.
Yeah, Wideside
junior
sports.
high, small high school track and field. That's what
not
we're
big
into.
Time. We don't care about that.
I like the winner of the high jump to be in that 4'2" area.
Yeah, where you can almost step over top of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff.
And also at the point of like, I like the chance that somebody in the pole vault's going to come backwards.
Yeah.
and at the school that we went to, the run up was asphalt.
Asphalt. Yeah, like, it wasn't rubber. Broken.
Just go ahead and throw. We were thinking about upgrading to concrete.
Oh, yeah.
Watched a buddy of mine do that. He'd never pole vaulted before.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a high school guy that was on the, pole.
Yeah.
He was on the pole and he was practicing.
Uh-huh.
My buddy just, ran over there. Let me try. And did exactly that.
Nice.
Got about halfway
up.
And she kind of kicked going back. And
Nice. I watched a kid do that too and break his hand. It was gross.
That had to be funny.
He didn't fall back onto the runway. He fell where you actually put the stick, like in that little like.
Oh, in the trough thing?
Yeah, the trough
like
thing.
A pea trough. I always pissed in those. Is that not right?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, but he fell into that.
Ugh.
Yeah, and broke his hand and maybe his forearm and elbow. I don't know. He was in a big cast. I couldn't tell you or care.
Does that person listen to this show?
Nope.
That'd be even better.
He might. I don't know if he does.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. Track and field.
Yeah. Now the lady pole vaulters in the Olympics. Okay. I'm all in for that.
They're good.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how good they are at their sport.
Mm-hmm.
Assume they're in the Olympics. They're pretty good. Looks wise, they're okay.
Yeah.
Not mad at it.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part about the Olympics that nobody thinks about because apparently it's unpatriotic to not like the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'll watch it, Okay.
I got to look.
I like how we've made this, the Olympics is all amateurs, but they're the greatest athletes in the world. You know what I mean? I'm like,
no, they're not.
No, they're amateurs.
No, the basketball team.
Yeah.
And that's not even true because most of them don't play anymore.
No.
So
yeah, I was like, well, they're not the best athletes in the world because they're amateurs. But you know what I mean? It's just I have a hard time with that.
Where I would like to get on the basketball side of it, and I know we went fucking track and field right into basketball.
Yeah,
but this is Olympic talk, and if you don't like the Olympic talk, then you're not American.
Yep.
So we're going to continue on. I feel that as far as Olympic basketball goes, I feel like we should go back to college kids.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because it's not interesting at all.
No. Yeah. I think we should get or amateurs, like a rec league.
Yeah. Beer league.
Beer
league, man.
Beer league, sorry.
Boys doing shots before the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, we always like to practice. No. No, actual shots.
Actual shots.
Or if you just like say, I don't know how many, if they're 12 or 15, I don't know what they put on the Olympic team, but like say 4 of them can be from the NBA, the rest got to be college.
College, yeah.
If you did that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing of like, hey, this is a fucking NBA game. Actually, it's better than an NBA team because it's all of them.
All of them, yeah. Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Maybe do all college. That's why it's fair for the other countries. You know?
That's what I mean. It's like it got to the point where like some shit happened. We didn't win. So, okay, here's the dream team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was fun for that.
Yeah.
And then the next time, hey, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's like, hey, I'm not even fucking watching.
Yeah, because they're going to win by 60.
Yeah. I mean,
the
other good thing about the Olympics is the sheer amount of condoms they hand out at the Olympic Village.
Do.
It's like 400,000 condoms. Like
it's
all these
crazy.
world-class athletes get together and just start fucking.
It's cool.
Awesome.
It's cool.
Good for them.
God bless America.
Did you win your medal? No. But I used 38 condoms yesterday.
That's a medal in my book, pal.
Hell yeah, it is.
You win gold.
Yeah. So you want to talk about real sports?
Yeah. Lots of nice little rumors going around today in the NFL.
There
Weird.
is.
Nice ones.
One of them's about a guy that I feel not good about.
Russell Wilson has been rumored, trade talks, whatever you want. The report that I got was his team is in talks of possible trades.
Yeah, and because he has a no trade.
He has a no
trade.
trade.
And they basically put out there what teams.
Yeah, 5 teams.
He was willing to go to.
Yeah. Only 2 of them were good.
If you haven't seen the latest update on that, something has changed.
Okay.
Per Adam Schefter, talked to Russell Wilson's agent. His agent told Adam Schefter that in no way has Russell Wilson asked for a trade from the Seahawks.
Oh.
But if the Seahawks were looking to trade him,
then they're not going to say no.
He would like to go to Dallas, Las Vegas, Chicago,
New Orleans. Yeah.
And it's so I don't like Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He's an okay quarterback.
Yeah. Apparently a terrible human.
Yeah.
He just won the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
You're going to tell me that was just the biggest bitch move. The way he asked for, the way his team, which is all the people that work for him, put out that he wants a fucking trade.
Uh-huh.
So then his agent comes out and says, no, he never asked for a trade. But if the Seahawks want to trade him, here's the 4 teams we would go to.
Yeah.
So you're not asking for a trade, but you kind of are.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a bitch move, Russ.
Yes.
Kind of a bitch move.
The Man of the Year.
Yeah, there's your Man of the Year. Fucking stand-up guy. Good fella. Real good fella. Guy you'd like to have a barbecue with. He'd tell you about all the trophies he's won. And that interception he threw. Let Russ cook. What a fucking joke. I mean, that fucking guy. And his fucking hair. I mean, he's terrible when he hosted the ESPYs. It was fucking awful.
I just like that you hate him so much. It makes me laugh.
It just, what's so great? Go Hawks. Ooh. Fucking you and Ed Ogeron. Go Tigers. Fucking
that wasn't deep enough.
Same PR school. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Yeah, I don't have that. It's actually a pretty good Eddie.
Thank you.
Better than the one that was on the Young Rock. What a piece of shit show that is.
I don't watch it because I don't want to not like The Rock, so I decided not to watch it. Anyway.
Don't.
So, Cowboys, I think, would probably be the
That's
best.
That's fucking interesting.
It is interesting. I think it makes sense because they obviously don't want Dak.
No.
I think by them obviously not re-signing him last year.
When's the tag time?
March
7th?
Before, it has to be before.
It's like a week before
free agency
season
starts, yeah.
Open season. Like they're hunting them.
Yeah. Well, kind of. The Cowboys one makes sense to me. It really does. I think obviously the Cowboys think that they can win now because all of the contracts are going to be up here in about a year and they have to pay everybody.
Well, the interesting thing with that too is Cowboys are in fucking salary cap hell right now.
Yeah.
At this point in time, Russell Wilson is fucking cheaper than Dak Prescott's going to be too.
Yeah.
You got to remember that, and he's already under contract for a few years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense. Russ to the Bears and Raiders. Don't throw your legacy away, I guess. I don't. I know you don't like him, but the guy has been successful at the quarterback position. He's won a Super Bowl. Now he hasn't won an MVP, but has he had a losing season since he's been starting?
I don't know.
I don't think he has.
So. Well, and the Raiders thing, the only runner-up to Russell Wilson is John Gruden.
Yeah.
And why the fuck you going to put two of those guys on the same team? I mean, I don't feel like he's a guy that would work in Vegas. And I'm talking as far as a town.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
he's a goody-goody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think secretly he's not.
I know. Like, he goes and bangs whores.
I think he bangs rails. And
yeah.
Nah, maybe not the whore thing. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. But guy doing a little fucking toot,
Yeah. Toot it and boot it.
But, the Raiders one doesn't make sense to me. And then
the Bears one makes no sense
Raiders,
to me.
Roster-wise makes sense. But I think it's just, for me, it's just the John Gruden thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he ruins fucking quarterbacks. It's what he does.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Russell Wilson's not good at playing the quarterback position.
Uh-huh.
Just saying he's not good at being a human.
Yeah. I just don't feel any of those teams make a whole lot of sense other than the Cowboys. Now, we can talk about the Saints a little bit. They're in more of cap hell than anybody.
I think they're over by $100 million.
Yeah. And
Drew Brees still hasn't retired.
Yeah, exactly. But he's thinking about coming back. So if that happens, okay, let's just say that Drew Brees happens. If they make the trade, it doesn't happen.
If you're Tom Brady, keep doing what you're doing, pal. You're doing fantastic. You're fucking killing life. But if you're Sean Payton, like if Drew Brees is like, I think I'm going to come back, we're going to cut you just to let you know that because you're not holding this team hostage anymore.
No. I think that has to be the conversation, no matter if you're trading for Russ or if you're keeping Jameis. I think that has to be it, because I think Jameis, I don't know if he's willing to stay there for only another $1
Well, here's the thing. On the New Orleans is a phenomenal landing spot. I don't know how they seem to figure it out by kicking it down the road. Like in 3 years from now, it'll be like $800 million.
Over cap.
Well, our salary cap's $1 billion, and we can only spend $200.
Yeah,
but if there's ever a team with a window, it's them.
Yeah,
like their defense is good, and their offense is good minus the quarterback position.
Yeah,
like that's a spot like you go get you a Super Bowl with that team in a couple years.
Mm-hmm. The only talking about their defense, their best corner is a free agent.
Yeah,
so they're going to have to.
Has he been paid before yet?
No.
This
is rookie. This is rookie deal.
Toughie.
Yeah. So you have that situation too. I know it's a corner, but the guy's good.
It's a big deal.
Big deal. I mean, there's not a whole lot of good corners out there.
When you're in that division, pretty big fucking deal.
Yeah, no shit. So I think that's, to me, that's bigger issue than trading for Russ. You know what I mean? Like I need to get him locked up, then make some moves. That's why I'm thinking Cowboys more than anything.
Yeah, and the other one was like Chicago of like, would you just like the fucking pizza? What?
Yeah.
It was like Matt Nagy say, man, I want to play for that fucking guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love how Chicago's like in on all these quarterbacks. Like you realize like you're still paying Nick Foles like $50 million. Like where's this coming from?
Yeah.
Hey Russ, we can bring you in too. But those offensive linemen that you want in Seattle, like we have worse ones.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to have to cut them to pay you.
Yeah.
So
I don't get the Bears one either, because his comments were, I want a guy who is going to want to run the football. Those are his comments. Whether that's actually true or he just likes throwing the ball 40 times and getting his ass whooped too, I don't know. Yeah. So it's because it's his team.
Yeah.
But the Bears don't do that.
No.
They throw the fucking ball a ton. At least the Cowboys, Saints, Raiders, they actually have running backs. They actually run the football, or at least try to. The Saints don't run the football as much as a, downhill, A gap, B gap kind of run scheme, but they still run the football. I mean, you have an Alvin Kamara on your team. You're going to run the football.
In like the 10-hour window from his team to his agent, how did the Dolphins get fucking shaken out of there?
Yeah, I know.
Like, because that's a team that feels like they could do that.
I think that's a smarter choice, too, than some of those other teams on there. One, it's Miami. You're not freezing your ass off in fucking Seattle anymore. You know what I mean? It's Miami. It's Florida. I mean, it's fun, sunny.
I mean, how do you...
Income tax.
How do you go... Yeah. How do you go back to your team the way this is going? Like the passive-aggressive, I'm a bitch kind of move that you're doing? And then basically having your whole team telling the whole world that your offensive line is shitty. How you going to go talk to those guys?
Yeah. That's why I don't see him going back to Seattle. To be honest with you. I don't because
either.
Of those talks, because of obviously the passive aggressiveness is coming out of his mouth. Somebody else is just fucking, he's use him as a puppet.
Yeah, he's trying to be he's a shady character.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get this word out and then still be able to say, I didn't say any of that.
That's
all the people that fucking work for you that you pay. And didn't fire any of them.
Yeah.
They're just saying this shit?
willy-nilly just
Russ, you're a good fucking guy.
Yeah, I don't think he returns to Seattle. I think he's traded before the draft.
The interesting thing would be funny if I like the Dallas move because it makes Dallas legit.
Mm-hmm.
And it, gets rid of their quarterback situation. Maybe you do a sign and trade him back up to fucking Seattle.
Dak?
Yeah.
Could be.
You got to do, it's either that or you fucking let it run out and not franchise tag him.
Yeah.
And just let him be a free agent, of which Dak gets fucked again because coming off an injury, ankle injury.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's 18.
Oh, maybe.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, we
don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's a high number, to be honest with you.
Then the fun thing would be you put this team together, you got old fucking Dangerous, man of the year, terrible human.
It fits in well in Dallas.
But think of that. Always the most talented team. Russ Wilson comes in. We're going on a Super Bowl. win fucking 7 games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the topic.
Yeah,
I mean, how will next football season be?
Yeah. When whoever won the NFC East was 8-5 or 8-8.
Yeah.
7-9.
Yeah.
Those comments for sure are just saying that he's not coming back to Seattle.
Something happened, and there was some news that he stormed out of a team meeting with Pete Carroll, or out of a meeting with Pete Carroll, and that when he was with Roger Goodell up in the booth at the Super Bowl, he had called the front office or whoever, or Pete, and was wanting to know, what are we going to do to shore up the offensive line?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't answer.
Yeah.
And then never got back with him on that, of like, all right.
See, I have a problem with the players demanding to know everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's some input for sure, because if Russell Wilson, he's been paid like he's your franchise.
Yeah.
So I understand his concern, but that's not your job.
No.
Your job is to just play with what they have. And if you want traded, you want traded. But to question, like, I understand why they didn't fucking answer him back, because you're going to fucking question me.
Well, and that's the other thing,
you know what I mean?
Like, because it'd be like, hey, we need to shore up the offensive line. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, Russ.
Yeah.
Well, these 3 guys are free agents. Yeah, Russ, they all make $20 million a year in left tackles.
Yeah.
Do you see our salary cap? Do you know how that works?
Yeah.
No, but get it done. That's what I want,
exactly.
or I want out. Of like, well, that's not how it fucking works.
Yeah. Like I said, I understand people having the input of rosters, things like that, if they're your franchise. And Russell Wilson has been paid like he's the franchise quarterback. But you just can't go make demands and say, like, that's not...
Here's the look that if you're a Tom Brady, or, take Tom Brady out of it, because we can't throw him and Russ, they're not in the same sense.
No.
But a Russell or a, somebody else that's a good quarterback.
Okay, I'm just looking at, like, long-term quarterbacks who've been there for a while. Like Roethlisberger would be one, because he's been there forever.
Here's the only thing you would get from a general manager if I was a general manager.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Russ, we're going to bring in a receiver. There's these 2 receivers that are roughly the same amount of money. Which one do you prefer?
Exactly. That's
it.
Yeah.
Do you hear if he's a good guy?
Yeah.
Is he a piece of shit?
Yeah. Is he going to show up to work?
Turd?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah. I don't understand. And it's not even just, I'm not just, sitting here bashing Russ, but there's other quarterbacks, players who are like, what are we going to do about this? Well, they should let them fucking handle it, and you go do your job. Worry about yourself, and go do your own shit. You don't need to be calling the fucking GM. What are we going to do about this problem? That's not what we pay you for. So we don't actually have to answer. You know what I mean? Like, and then they get all mad and butthurt about it. Like, oh, they didn't answer me, so I went out.
Yeah,
they don't have to.
And let's roll into this to another situation with Deshaun.
Yeah.
Because they're not even taking phone calls.
No.
To the point where GMs came out and said, we're leaving voicemails with trade offers.
Yeah.
And it goes into that same thing. They said he'd be involved. He wasn't. He's pissed off. They fired some people that everybody loved from there.
Mm-hmm.
And this demand.
Yeah.
And it feels like with Jack Easterby and Kyle McNair, you're at the point where, like, they want you there. And now you're trying to tell a billionaire how to run his fucking business. It feels like he kind of feels like, even though you don't hear him talk with the guy, like, hey, fuck you, pal.
Yeah.
This ain't how it works.
Yeah.
I know everybody's, I heard Orlovsky say today that they have to trade him.
Yeah.
That it's that bad that they have to. And he actually thought that Russell Wilson won't get traded because his is football stuff that they can maybe work out.
Yeah.
Where Deshaun Watson is more personal stuff. Like, we have a fucking problem as humans.
Yeah.
That they can't work out.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think of that of, like, what are you going to do with the draft picks if you get them? Because they mostly don't work out.
Uh-huh.
And if you're just on that thing of like, well, I get to save this money, I'll just go fucking sign another one.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Think I can't sign Fitzmagic for $15 million?
Uh-huh.
And have people happy to see him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what are you going to do? Because he signed a long-term deal. So if he sits out this year, if they just say, we're not fucking trading you, well, I'll sit out then. Okay. Like, that just solves everything. All right. Come up this time next year. Trade me. Nope.
Yeah.
Still got you under contract. You going to not play again? Okay.
Yeah.
Then at that, they can franchise tag 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So you're realistically looking at, hey, you might not, if I'm on my high horse and not trading you,
yeah.
you might not play football again for 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you ready to retire for this?
Yeah. That's obviously could very well happen.
If I was Cesario, that's exactly what I'd tell him.
Yeah.
Are you prepared to retire on this?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah. Maybe he is.
And if he is, good for him for, standing his ground.
Yeah.
But I get tired of they need to have more control. Well, he did. He signed the fucking contract.
Yeah.
But to think this is the NBA and you're like a
demanding. Yeah. No, that's not how this works.
The league is in the NBA is ran by superstars, so they get what they want.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the NFL, pal.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at it and people sign all these big deals, I wish we had somebody here to, look stuff up on Google.
Yeah.
But the amount of money the winning quarterback of the Super Bowl has made for the past however many years, it's usually 20 to 25 million. These guys making 38 million.
Don't get that.
Don't get it because we can't fucking sign anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the same. It's what he's looking at. Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah. He signed a big deal. Good for him. That's what they offered him. There's not a whole lot of fucking 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds who are going to turn that down. I get it. But
and
this
you got to get
issue.
paid. You got to get paid.
You got to get paid at least
but
once. And his wanting to be a part of it, and Russ's wanting to be a part of it, it was different. The Texans were starting fresh.
Yeah,
they were starting literally a whole new everything besides the owner.
Yeah,
it would be okay to have him at least interview the 2 people that he gave. You know what I mean? Like he gave you. He was like, "Hey, can we interview Eric Bieniemy?" Whether that's what you were going to hire or not, just do it to make the guy happy a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, he just signed here this big, huge deal. He's not going anywhere. You're sticking by your guns saying, we're not trading you.
And that's the other one for him to know hey, pal, the owner didn't listen to the president of football operations.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Uh-huh.
He'd been there for 20 years.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's what he's actually...
That's what he's pissed about.
Yeah, he's pissed about because that's why he hasn't, Yeah, I get why he's mad, and I get, he's literally the only guy left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have your superstars. You had like 4.
Yeah.
Now you have
nobody.
1. And probably not you because it seems like you're not going to play.
Yeah.
So I get why you're upset because you're trying to, have some input, have some of this. I get it. But you're in a shit situation right now, dude, because you're not going to get traded, or you might get. I still think he's traded, but I think it's a putting up a wall and seeing who breaks first, and somebody's playing chicken with the contract. To be honest with you,
because here's the problem as this goes on, and then I will say I don't believe they're going to trade him. Now they might, and I could look like an idiot in retrospect, which happens often.
I don't think you would look like an idiot. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot, so
the negative side of it.
Yeah.
But everybody's on his side right now.
Yeah.
Just because the dumpster fire with Jack Easterby, all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't trade you. You sit out.
Mm-hmm.
This comes around next year. Guess what? As soon as you miss a few games, people start to forget about you.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you make the headlines again,
it's not good.
People hate you because, hey, our team went 1-15 or 16 next year. Because this guy wouldn't play for $38 million. That's the narrative.
That's the only thing you're going to see.
The Texans are getting slapped in the face with mud right now.
Yep.
As soon as that season starts and you're not on the field, you're the bad guy.
Exactly.
And the fans, because the fans, we talked about this months ago, years ago, or whatever.
Yeah. The
fans, for some reason, always side with the ownership.
Yep. And I don't know why.
And that's it.
Especially in fucking Texas.
Yeah.
Because it's old money, fucking people down there. Just, if you're not happy with the money you're making, it's just all that. I don't know. I'm with you, though.
Paid to play a game.
I'm with you, though. I mean, he'll
be the bad guy.
Yeah.
As soon as the season kicks off and he's not in pads, he is now the bad guy.
Yeah. That's, and I know I'm going, well, obviously I'm leaning on the side of him actually being traded. I think the pressure right now, I'm saying, don't take in consideration of what you just said, because I agree with what you're saying. I think the pressure within these next 2 months, he's traded because of the pressure that the media is putting on him, because you're going to start seeing shit from fans. You're going to start hearing more shit about that. I think the pressure is going to be put on the Texans in the next 2 months, the organization. If they can get past after the draft, I don't think he's traded. Because you're going to get a shit ton of phone calls. Now, I know they're saying they're leaving voicemails, but you listen to them. Because there's nobody out there right now in that organization that hasn't at least listened to him to be like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're still curious of what somebody is willing to pay for this guy.
Yeah, and that's the other thing of like, I understand they're going to be, fans are going to be mad, all that stuff, but you have, that's also assuming that they give a fuck.
I don't know.
And they probably don't.
Yeah.
Would be my guess, because
I said fans, but I'm looking more of the
media,
pressure from the media.
Like I understand.
Yeah.
But also, don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to assume, I mean, he's got Jesus walking next to him with Jack Easterby, so whatever Jack says goes.
Yeah.
I just don't,
Now, it's not the same situation, but we've seen this before in sports. Somebody's demand, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen it with this high caliber of a player.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've seen it with, like Le'Veon Bell and Melvin Gordon and things like that, where Le'Veon Bell sat.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon sat for half the season. You know what I mean? Because, whatever it is.
And they all did worse.
The only one who didn't get paid was Bell. Unfortunately, Melvin Gordon got paid.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen one with this big of a star.
No.
And this big of an impact from around, community, organization, everything. I just feel like the pressure, and if they can get past the draft, I think they're okay.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine the amount of phone calls from March 1st until April 28th or whenever the fuck the draft's over of the amount of phone calls that are going to be going on to that organization.
I can't imagine what draft pick package it would take. I know we've talked about that. 3 years of first round picks and a couple twos.
I don't think it's 3 years of first rounders.
Well, it can't be. No. I think it's minimum. It's 3 first rounders.
You think so?
Minimum.
You think so?
It was leaked out from Seattle that Russell Wilson starts at 3 first rounders.
Ah, okay. I didn't see that.
That I think Diana Rossini maybe put that out there. Maybe.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong on that, but somebody's like, sources say that the start, because that was the other thing with the Russell Wilson thing of like he's saying that shit, and then this kind of leaks out that it's a minimum 3 first round draft picks.
Yeah.
So that didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah, it came from somewhere.
Because it's a blue check mark insider. They're not making shit up.
You're not getting that, Seattle.
Somebody's telling me that.
I don't care. That's a different situation than the Deshaun Watson situation. The Texans have all of the leverage from other teams because he has to play.
Well, yeah, but that's a weird thing though. Is like with the Russell Wilson thing, he's under contract for multiple years, and when he signed, he was the highest paid quarterback, but now he's kind of fucking cheap.
Yeah,
compared to what these guys are signing for.
From the way that people talk about John Snyder and Pete Carroll, Russ isn't coming back. You know what I mean?
Doesn't seem like it.
Doesn't seem like it. I don't think you're getting 3 first rounders. I think for sure it's 1 and a high second and a player, maybe 2 at the very max.
That's why I was with the Dak thing.
Yeah.
Of like, if it's a couple picks and Dak.
Yeah. Okay. But that's what I think for them just to leak out, hey, we're like accepting 3 first round picks.
Yeah, that got out there for a reason.
Yes, I understand
to see if anybody's going to bite on it. But that's the Deshaun thing of like 24 years old, long-term deal, already in place. Going to take 3.
Yeah.
But then at that, 1, are you any good at drafting? Not really.
No.
So what are those draft picks
exactly.
mean? Not a fucking thing. And then secondly, of like you're shipping him to a team that wants to go after it. Yeah. Like being Miami. Like Miami's kind of ready to start winning. Yeah. So now I get 3 years of picking in the fucking late 20s?
Yeah.
What's that doing for my team? Where am I replacing my quarterback there?
Yeah. That's why I feel if Deshaun Watson's traded, it's got to be a quarterback either young, has a future, or already established.
Well, that's to me, if he got traded, it could only be to the Jets or the Dolphins. because they have multiple first-round picks. No, not even that.
Okay. You
they have multiple first-round picks this year.
Gotcha.
Because it's got to be, like, if it's a 3 first-round pick, two of them have to be this fucking year. Because if you're the Texans and you do trade him, you better have some goddamn impact of a Justin Fields or the kid from B. You know, it's got to be something like, hey, we got rid of one, but hey, we just brought in the fucking guy.
Yeah.
Plus, we got an offensive lineman at 17, or there's
I'm with
whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one.
It's got to be that.
It's got to be so. You're correct.
You know, the Carolina thing, man, because I got floated out there and it's just somebody putting shit together of a pick and Christian McCaffrey. Of like, well, it feels like you shouldn't trade away that guy because it feels like you need him with your quarterback. Because
it seems like a Russell or a Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey duo could be fucking dangerous.
But
maybe throw Bridgewater in there before you're giving.
Yeah, well, Bridgewater's pretty much a free agent.
That's what I guess you don't really have to trade him, but
because they only signed him on a 2, didn't they?
Yeah,
which meant a 1.
Yeah,
but if you're the Texans, like, I kind of need him though. I mean,
I need something.
I need to sell tickets.
Yep,
and I kind of need because we don't have anybody on the roster to sell tickets.
Yeah,
I got to assume we'll be kind of back to full stadiums at that point. Maybe it's not full, but maybe it's 60 or 70%. Well, we got to be able to sell these tickets. Yeah. So if it's going to Carolina, I kind of need that guy, which would be a dick move on Carolina's point. But but then again.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's when I was talking Deshaun Watson. I don't think that it's a team that people are talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's a wild card somewhere, comes out of nowhere, offers him the fucking kitchen sink.
But it doesn't matter because he has a no trade.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna see if he really wants out.
Yep.
Because obviously they've already made trades and stuff like that. But if it was the Detroit Lions calling with a massive package to get him.
Yeah. Are you going?
Are you okaying that trade?
Yeah.
Or are you going to invoke your no trade clause? Because that tells me that you don't want out.
Yeah.
No, you want to go to a winner.
Exactly.
Well, that's not how it fucking works, pal. If you want traded, you're waiving it for the other 31 teams.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, that's a great point. Do you want out or do you just want to you're just tired of fucking losing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's you're tired of fucking losing.
I do too. And they're not. And
because it feels weird that the lists that come out are teams that are, besides like Russell Wilson and the Bears.
Yeah.
They're all the teams that are kind of roster filled, ready to win right now.
Yeah. The only.
I'll be real honest with Russell Wilson. If they can retain their wide receiver in Chicago. With that defense and stuff, they're instantly a playoff team.
Yeah, I mean,
instantly.
They were last year with shit quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, I mean, that would be looking at like, hey, Legion of Boom-esque defense over here. Maybe I can get some, I've made superstars at wide receiver out of guys that aren't superstars.
Yeah, Doug Baldwin.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett. I mean, Tyler Lockett's only okay,
DK Metcalf is, if DK Metcalf isn't with a top 5 quarterback, is he any good? Is he any good?
Yeah.
I mean, he happens to be super fast, and Russell Wilson happens to be the guy that's maybe the best at throwing deep balls. So, what do you got?
Exactly. I get, obviously I'm a Broncos fan, so I follow that a little closer than the other 31 teams, but they have cleared out $45 million in cap space over the last 2 weeks. So the report was from that Lombardi guy that you like that they're supposed to be in on. They're supposed to be in on every trade.
Yeah,
that's so. I'm assuming now that Russell's available, that they've at least sent a feeler out. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why you clear up obviously cap space, but
they're trying to find a quarterback because they don't have one.
Yeah, which they can be benefited. They don't really have to trade for one.
No,
they can be benefited free agency from other people trading for one.
Right.
Let's say if Cowboys trade for Russ, don't send Dak. Okay, now I'm going to go offer all this fucking money to Dak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. Let's say that the Jets draft a quarterback. Oh, I'm going to go try to get Sam Darnold. Stuff like that where we just have an extra a little section of money over here for a quarter. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Sam Darnold's worth $45 million, but it's at least there because that's just what they've cleared over the last 2 weeks. They already started with like 60 to 80, somewhere in between there. So they're just stockpiling cash.
Yeah. Which it's, you got to make a splash. And I'm one for that. If they draft one and fucking cut Sam Darnold, I don't think Sam Darnold's that bad.
I don't either.
I mean, I don't think he's got a fair shit. Everybody's like, shit, well, we would know by now. It's like, would you?
Would you? You have had 2 head coaches. One was fucking 2. I'm sure both of them were not very good. Obviously, they're not there anymore. How many two GMs? You know what I mean? All this fucking change. You had he missed half the fucking season the 1 year.
3 head coaches or 3 different offenses in 3 years.
He had mono the 1 year. Like he would miss like 10 games.
That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. He was hurt.
Yep.
For one half, you know what I mean? A little bit. He hasn't played a full fucking season yet.
Yeah. So it's the fucking Jets.
Yes, exactly.
So, you know, let's calm down on that.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Hey, thinking about Denver. They're such a horseshit franchise.
No, they're not.
Literally, they are. It's their mascot.
Oh. The horse shit is not. If anything, they're a horse shit team. The wonderful franchise.
Pretty
success.
Decent franchise.
Yes,
I don't know where to go with them. I mean, if Dak ends up available, but you can't. I mean, Dak's a 2-year sign right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he is. If it's not Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 2-year deal, basically a 1-year deal.
Pretty much, and then we don't even know if he can fucking move.
No.
I mean, that ankle was nasty. It was turned left. I mean, it was not supposed to be in that spot when he got up.
And then he banged it on the ground.
Yeah.
Tried to get it back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Tough guy.
Yeah, tough. He wasn't crying. I would have been laying on the ground just sobbing in tears. I probably would have got made fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be crying of, I signed a franchise tag that I didn't want to sign for this fucking exact reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now he may never get paid. Because that's a legit thing.
It is.
If he goes on the, now you're thinking Cam Newton now, obviously it's a different thing. Well, it's not that much different because Cam's coming off an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Cam was an MVP.
Yeah.
Dak coming off an injury. And you can make arguments as to how good Dak is or not.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a lot of passing yards when they're getting blown out.
Yep.
So you could throw that stat out the fucking window.
Uh-huh.
It's, can he win?
Yeah.
You get cut or just let go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they don't franchise tag you, you're just a free agent. Can you pay him more than 15?
I think your max is 19.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Because you don't want to hit that 20 mark. For some reason, you don't. I don't know why, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to hit the 20 mark because it seems like we can pay you 19, but 20 is too much. You know what I mean? I think the max would be right there in the teens, but I think you can make the same argument with Deshaun Watson of, can you win? Now, they've both had winning seasons. They've both been to the playoffs.
Right.
But can you win?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're really looking for.
Are you a guy?
Are you the guy? We've seen people win with shit fucking rosters all the time. You know what I mean? You look at, obviously not this past year, Tom went to the Super Bowl a couple times with Julian Edelman as his number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've seen other people win Super Bowls with a defense. You know what I mean? You have it. Are you the guy to bring somebody a championship?
Because that's just one of those things like people don't think enough about because a lot of talk on, is Justin Herbert as a rookie phenomenal?
Mm-hmm.
Is he the guy?
We don't know.
Maybe
not.
Is Joe Burrow the guy before he got hurt? I mean, chances are no.
Yeah,
because he's in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I know you're serious.
And chances are that Herbert will have a good career.
Uh-huh.
Will he ever be a guy?
Yeah,
probably not.
No,
because there's really kind of only one of them right now, or 2 of them with Rodgers.
Yeah.
Other than that, and then again,
Rodgers
only won one Super Bowl.
Is Rodgers the guy? I mean,
he's a guy. I think you take Rodgers and you put him in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Probably go on a wicked Super Bowl type run.
Yeah.
It just, he's on a franchise that doesn't spend money. Mm-hmm. They build through the draft, and that's how they do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is Dak the guy?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's really hard to win. Like, I think a lot of people would be shocked to come out and say this because everybody just assumes. Does Patrick?
Yeah.
Does he
win another
Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think
Everybody's
that's a legit question.
He's going to win 4. Is he?
Is he?
Because nobody does.
Yeah. Tom Brady is
literally
we have to
3
quit.
Fucking guys that have done that.
We have to quit comparing everybody to Tom Brady because it's incomparable. The guy is a fucking anomaly in the league, and it shouldn't be like that.
And you know why? And I'll bring it back to what I talked about before.
Money.
He reworked his salaries so they could do that stuff. Now, did he ever really have weapons? Yeah, he had Moss the one time, couple guys. But during those time frames, too, they also had the money to have really good fucking defenses.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the...
Yeah, exactly. But he was always very willing to restructure. Take a deal. Now, it helps when you're married to $1 billion supermodel. Yeah. But still, though.
Well, yeah, but still, in the way he restructured and the way he did his thing, like he still made $250-some million as a quarterback.
Yes.
So it's not like he wasn't.
No, it's not like he was. Yeah, it's not like he was.
But it's just the restructures that he's willing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To and if you're not, I want to be. I don't understand why it's like I want to be the highest paid.
Yeah,
I want to just be well paid. You want to win?
Oh yeah, exactly.
And I'm not against people getting paid. I get as much money as you absolutely can because.
Doesn't last long.
The next game might be your last. You just don't know. But if you come out and say I need $42 million a year and I want to win Super Bowls, well, history says that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we spend all the money on you, like Peyton Manning got a lot of money in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
he has 1. Like Peyton Manning, one of the greatest ever, has 2 total.
Yeah,
and the second one.
Wasn't
really even his. It was a defensive one.
Exactly. He should have got his the first time they went when he was. That would have been his Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had an amazing year that year. But the year he got a Super Bowl in Denver, he was fucking Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's 100%. What it was.
100%. He was. I mean, he was there. He got benched and called it a neck injury.
For a guy that couldn't stay in the league. Yeah. I mean, he got paid.
Yeah, he did.
He got traded for so they could cut him. Because the proper move for the Browns was to trade for a quarterback to cut so they could unload some cap space. That's what they did.
Yep, they would and then he got signed for a vet minimum the next year.
Yeah. That's just... Well, and then another one came out. It's fucking... Diana Rossini saying J.J. Watt's seeing offers for $15 to $16 million.
I did see that. I'm not shocked by that one.
You'd have to know who it's from.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not shocked by that one because how many fucking people want J.J. Watt on their team? Yeah. That's where I'm at.
I understand.
That's where my head is at. Forget the hasn't played a full season in a couple. You know what I'm saying? All of that extra stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. You're paying somebody $15 million. They better be fucking playing the whole goddamn season. But that's where I'm saying, like, J.J. Watt does so much more for your team than just football. You know what I mean?
J.J. Watt. Exactly. I mean, he makes your team better in the locker room, all that stuff.
Community, everything like that. So I am not surprised that it's 15 to whatever, 18, whatever in that range. I think 18 is the stretch. I think 15 is probably what you're...
Yeah. And, it's the... And I don't feel like he's... Well, the only team... This is a fucking weird thing to say.
Yeah.
The only team that could have a chance to make a run that could do that is the Cleveland Browns because they're in good cap space and they have a good fucking team.
Yeah.
Seems like the coach is good. The GM... This guy has to, I don't know who won GM of the year. I know it wasn't him, but he fucking should have because he's actually built a team up there in Cleveland. They got a playoff win.
Yeah.
Give it
to him. Yeah, exactly.
And they were very close to knocking off the, I know Mahomes went out, but
they should have beat the fucking Chiefs. They should have beat the fucking Chiefs. I'll say it.
So they're the only ones that could pay that. Now, is JJ willing to go there? Maybe if he thinks that's what it is and he wants to make 15. But if he's ring chasing, nobody that has a chance to win a Super Bowl that is in the front of your mind can pay that.
Yeah.
if he's going to
the only ones who
we'll call Cleveland a contender.
Mm-hmm.
So take them out of it because they actually have the cap space. But if he's going to a contender, and we're thinking Tampa, Green Bay,
Kansas City. Yeah.
None of them can afford to pay him.
Tampa Bay can, but they can't keep the three people, their three main guys. You know what I mean?
But you're going to sign him
That's what I know.
And get rid of Shaq Barrett?
That's what I'm saying. I understand. I know what you're saying, but if we're talking about somebody who could do it, they're the only ones, but there's also other stipulations.
Well, and they got other things, too, because they're probably going to lose Chris Godwin.
He wants paid.
Yeah. Did you? Because he was on McAfee the other day. Did you see it?
I saw that.
And it was very apparent of you're going to fucking pay, because he hadn't gotten paid yet.
Exactly, which I get it.
Other guys have, so go get your money.
Mm-hmm.
But now imagine that if Green Bay had some money to pay Chris Godwin up there. That'd be all right. Take a look at that, Green Bay.
Shit.
Well, they're going to lose T.Y. Hilton and Indy. Take a look at that. You can go play with Wentz, though. There's another one. Fucking T.Y. Hilton's probably going to hit the market.
Yeah.
Been paid twice.
Yeah, it hasn't done anything.
Especially last year, he was a decoy.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that, of the stat lines of, he's almost at 10,000 yards receiving.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, I know.
No, he's a stud for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like Phillip Rivers couldn't throw the ball to him.
Yeah.
But I can't, I feel like, because if they franchise Shaq, it's like $17 million. I think that's the tag number.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and Ndamukong Suh said he's not ready to retire. He wants to run it back, but you got to pay him too something.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Do they have the space?
I don't know.
They do. But no, they don't.
Not to keep. If they want to keep the team together, they don't have the space. I should say that.
They have the space for ring chasers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they have.
Who just are going to take the $5 million, $1 million, you know what I mean? We're going to take the...
Because it's we just said, Godwin, we can't afford to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves town. Mm-hmm. Hey, T.Y. Hilton, you want a ring?
Yeah, exactly.
We can give you 6.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
I mean, that.
Yeah.
But think about that, if they... Because I think it's more important for them to sign Shaq. Just because he's who he is.
Gets after the passer, You
still have JPP.
Mm-hmm.
If you...
get Sue.
Vitavea. And if Sue stays, and then you get Watt at that $8 or $9 million, think about that fucking rotation on that front line. I mean, it was already a problem.
Yeah,
now it's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, we got him tired. He's going out of the game. Take a breath. Oh, shit, it's J.J. Watt coming in.
Exactly.
I mean...
Shit, God damn it. Yeah.
To me, that's the only one
with
that
an
makes
aggressive
sense.
defensive coordinator. He likes the blitz, I
mean, I kind of like that.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Because I'm in a weird position of being a fan of a team that I can't root for.
Yeah.
Because
they're terrible.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you know more about Denver than you know about anybody else. Well, I know more about the other teams than I do my own team because I don't need to research it much. Let's see how Joe Burrow does and if he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And then once he gets hurt, kind of tune out.
I know.
So I kind of like to see, and I get that little contrarian kind of thing, like everybody's pissed off at Tom Brady because he wins all the, I want to see Tom Brady maybe just fucking three-peat.
Yeah.
Just because I think the world would burn down. Of that fucking cheater.
Yeah.
Really?
Is that in two places?
10 of them or 9,
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm excited for these next couple weeks, man, because I think, we've said it for fucking 2 months now that it's going to shake up. I'm surprised more veterans haven't been cut yet.
Well, because they're still...
I understand it's still only February, but...
Well, the cap, some have been released, but no big names
yet.
Big
names. People you all expected to be cut.
They still don't have the cap number yet.
Yeah.
And there's the floor, the cap floor, they're saying is now going to be 180.
Yeah. They said the ceiling was 185.
Yeah.
180, anywhere between 180 and 185.
But they don't know that yet because for some reason there's some insiders that think that the cap could still go up.
Oh.
And what kind of move would that be? If the cap number went up, meaning you made money in a pandemic year where you had no fucking fans, no merchandise sales, no hot dogs, no nothing. And if that when people say that there's no way the cap can go up, because if the cap goes up on this year, that fucking players union is going to go, hey, what the fuck, boys?
Yeah, exactly.
We lost an entire revenue stream, multiple revenue streams by having no fans.
And it went
and we
up?
made more money?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not giving us all the numbers that we're supposed to be, like this 49%.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not seeing the real numbers here.
Yeah, no shit.
Now it's going to go up a little bit because they're adding the 17th game and they're kind of in their renegotiations of, and that was the other thing that came out in that of like everybody else pays around $1 billion for their coverage.
Yeah.
But ESPN has to pay $1.9 billion for Monday night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like $900
because it's
like $900 million is what like the steal of it, and it might not even been that much. The steal of it's NBC because they get to flex games.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so we can guarantee a fucking game people want to watch?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
They got that. The package for Fox or whatever is like $1 billion. ESPN Monday Night Football, $1.9 billion. Also not in the Super Bowl rotation.
Yeah.
You kind of get fucked over.
Yeah, no shit.
And what comes with that is they're like, if they don't pay that, like they can't have NFL Live. Yeah. Like they and that comes with the shows that they do.
Yeah.
And the leak out was that basically the NFL told ESPN, because like ESPN doesn't want to pay that number because they're in renegotiations now. And the NFL is like, well, if you don't have us, then you don't have a network, so fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Are you going to cancel all your shows?
Because that's all they talk about.
Because you'll get no highlights.
Yeah.
Because that's part of it too.
You can't show their footage.
When ESPN tweets they only have so many tweets or social media posts that actually have game footage in it.
Yeah.
They only have so much. And if they exceed that, they're in breach.
Yeah.
Of like people need to study what the NFL does. Like the NBA and like they're terrible.
Yeah.
In the MLB. I mean.
Yeah. We've already talked about that.
It's just like, ESPN, you're kind of fucked. Like if they want $2.1 billion from you,
they're going to get it.
You're going to pay it.
Yeah.
Because what else are you going to do? Because at some point in time, Disney's going to say, well, we cancel the fucking channel.
Yeah.
Or we'll just have ESPN Plus, get rid of just
whatever
get rid of all these people. And the only thing people's watching on that's UFC and Peyton's Place.
Pretty much. Some 30 for 30s maybe. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you. It'll be interesting these next couple weeks, next couple months too, with all kinds of stuff going on. Get your free agency, you get your draft, and all kinds of good stuff.
The funny thing is we've spent a long time talking about football, and football doesn't happen for quite some time, and the draft is not for a while. And really, technically, we spent a lot of time talking about something that nothing has happened.
Yeah,
because it's never came. It's not came from the horse's mouth. It's all just so and so said, but
yeah, but we've get into
but
it.
It was
yeah.
And then the thing that did it, I guess we need to talk about it. It's been beaten to death though. Was Tiger Woods getting in an accident?
Yeah, I mean
that
it
sucks.
Sucks for him.
He's
probably done.
They say it, 6 to 9 month recovery, but it's basically an Alex Smith injury.
Yeah,
that's exactly. His bones ejected outside of his leg.
Yeah,
that's a thing that happened. The surgeries are going to be fine. They're the bones okay.
Yeah,
soft tissue because they had to cut his fascia because he's swelling so much. But then this is the Alex Smith. Like, hey, the next 2 or 3 days are kind of big. Of like, hey, did any dirt get in there? Because that's everybody's like, well, Alex Smith the broken bones were never the fucking problem. It was the fact that they had to keep cutting chunks of meat off his leg
because it was infected.
So, like, if Tiger makes it through with no infection next couple of days, at the end of that, it's just broken bones.
Yeah,
they'll be fine. Those steel plates are strong. It's fucking bone anyways.
I don't know.
And it's on his right leg.
Okay,
which is just kind of a load leg. If it was his left leg, it's a different story. Right leg, he'll be okay.
Okay.
But it's still it's a year rehab.
47, 48 years old.
A month ago, I think he's only
45,
45. But a month ago, or a month and a half, like he just had another disc surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, what'd it do to his fucking disc when he just flipped this fucking car?
Oh, shit.
Obviously, he's not going to be able to rehab for his back while he's in a, doing this. So are they going to have to fix his back again? It's the compounding
injuries. Him and John Daly can go crack beers on the old man tour.
But was the first thing, because when I heard that...
First thing I thought he was getting a blowjob.
Yeah. I thought it was something like bad.
Single car accident?
Car accident. My initial thought was he on pills? Was he fucking drunk? But then when it came out that it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was like, well, it seems like he's
tired
going somewhere.
Yeah, going somewhere, coming home from someplace.
Which he was. He was going to film something with Drew Brees. Probably told him fucking retire.
He was working out. The report was he was working out with Dwayne Wade and David Spade.
No.
That was the report I read on ESPN.
Yeah, but what he was doing is he's shooting online content for Golf Digest. He's giving kind of lessons to them.
Oh,
he was just kind of putting and stuff, but he's kind of playing lessons with celebrities.
Gotcha.
And he was supposed to, that day he was running late for Drew Brees and Justin Herbert.
Ah, okay.
And that was what they were doing.
Cool. I was like, Dwayne Wade and David Spade, that's a hell of a combo.
It's a different combo. I don't feel like they should know each other.
I don't think so either.
I kind of want to see a picture of Dwayne Wade and David Spade standing next to each other.
Because
you're two different humans.
I mean, yeah, for sure. David Spade is like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade 6'4", 6'5". I mean,
it's so weird. All those like celebrity people, like when you find out what their real height is, of like, where the fuck are you from?
Exactly.
And why are so many people 5'6"?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a tall person.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I find it so weird that Schwarzenegger's 6'1".
Feels like he should be 6'5".
Yeah, it does. He's 6'1". He's my height.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. Because I mean, I've seen him at like the Arnold Classics and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, you're not very tall.
Yeah,
you're huge still, but yeah, you're not very tall. It's just weird to me because they like, I mean, obviously you do good in the camera work, but it's just like you should be massive.
When you see all the badasses, like the badass action stars come rolling in at 5'7", it's like, I feel like you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Fucking Jason Statham's like 5'7", 5'8", and he's just
it's like he's the badass of the badass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, I think he's a Taekwondo guy or some kung fu kind of kicking thing.
Yeah. But still, I mean...
I don't know why I just said kicking thing.
Yeah, whatever. But still, fucking 5'7", he's just...
Yeah, your reach is kind of like, I feel like you need to be in the kicking game because your boxing reach is not going to be good enough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, when they talk about boxing and like greatest boxer ever, of like, is it Floyd Mayweather? Probably. And mainly because he made the most money and he's undefeated. But he was the best at the game because he fought a bunch of big names that were past their prime. But nobody remembers that. They just remember that he beat Manny Pacquiao 5 years after they should have fought.
Yeah, a bunch.
But it's just one of those things, and you think about it, it's like, well, yeah, Floyd's like fucking 5'5", 140 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like,
this is the baddest guy on the planet?
He is? I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's always a weird thing, of like, especially in the fighting game where it's like, well, he's the best ever. Okay. Well, like Khabib right now.
Yeah.
We'll go MMA. 29-0. And never had even a fucking close fight.
Yeah.
He's the baddest man ever. It's like, really? Because I feel like Stipe would beat the fuck out of him.
I know it. I know.
Well, they're in different weight classes. Well, then he's not the baddest ever. They're in the same sport.
Yeah.
I feel like Stipe would beat the absolute fuck out of him.
So I can think of like one fight. Like GSP would be the only fighter that I think would handle his own in every weight division. You know what I mean? Like he comes to mind that he could handle himself, and
But it's still that thing of like GSP up to a heavyweight.
Yeah.
One punch, you're knocked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's different up here.
Yeah.
But, that was the other thing. Well, before Khabib, there was Demetrius Johnson, who had like 15 title defenses in a row, and they're like, he might be the best ever. It's like, well, yeah, but it's at 125.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're not seeing a lot of knockouts at 125.
Well, who's that guy who just retired this year that was at 125?
Cejudo.
Yeah, Cejudo.
The creepy, cringy.
Yeah.
That he leaned in on cringe. That was his gimmick of like, well, okay.
That's weird. But I feel like I get punched by my wife and it feels the same as, you know what I mean? Because they're just so little.
Yeah. Well, there's no.
you. I mean, he's going to knock me out probably, but
it just goes up of. There's a lot of room for error at 125.
Yeah.
There's a little less at 135.
Yeah.
A little less at 145. Saying of like, and there's a thing to talk about too, because Conor hadn't been, he won the 155 belt, and then he ended up he's never defended the belt.
Yeah.
Because he went away, did the Floyd thing, and they ended up having to strip him because he was out for a year or whatever. Yeah. Of like, Conor's not great at 155.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked the guy out.
Yeah.
I understand it was electric, and I'm a Conor McGregor fan.
Yeah.
But he fought Khabib, got beat, fought Poirier at 155, got knocked out. Mm-hmm. He knocked out Cowboy. Cowboy's an older let's go guy.
Exactly.
I understand.
He's just fighting.
And I'm not even 100% sure that they didn't even cut down to 155. I think they fought at 170 for some reason, which is fucking weird.
Uh-huh.
But it's now at 145, Conor knock you out.
Mm-hmm.
One punch.
Mm-hmm.
At 155, you're not hitting as hard now.
Yeah.
You're hitting as hard, but the guy you're hitting's bigger.
Yeah.
Chin's a little strong. It's not.
Weird that 10
it's
pounds
not
does
the same.
that, though. You know what I mean? It's weird that 10 pounds does that.
And then that's the weird kick when you look at that of like 145 to 155, how that's a difference.
Yeah.
And then it goes from 155 to 170.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like,
huh.
Well, he went up and fought Nate Diaz at 170. Of like, well, pal, you walk around at 170.
Uh-huh.
And Nate walks around at like 185.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh. I mean, it's just like how it goes into these 15-pound increments.
Uh-huh.
And then at 185, then it goes to 205.
Yeah.
Of like, the fuck? I mean, that's
and those people probably walk around about 215.
220.
220.
Like John Jones walk around 225.
Yeah.
Well, Izzy, the 185 champ, who literally will have breakfast the morning of weigh-ins because he pretty much is a 185-pound guy.
Gotcha.
Is going up to fight the champ Jan Blachowicz at 205.
Oh,
and Jan looks like he walks around at 240 and cuts down to of like. Now Izzy, he's lanky and a hell of probably the best striker in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it only takes one when it's a freaking monster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's just
it's
different.
Wild. It's fun.
I love it.
I don't watch it because it's expensive, but I still like it.
Well, yeah, and it's now a couple of them are worth it.
Yes,
because
if it's a good card,
they put
I'll
some
buy
heaters
it.
on there. Like all 5 fights are like, I kind of want to watch all 5 of those fights. But it always sucked of like, well, here's the McGregor fight. Now the other 4 fights are fucking garbage. We're charging you $70 for this one fight.
Yeah, I don't do that.
That's boxing, and that's why boxing's dead.
Yeah,
that's just I don't know, man. We made a weird turn on that. I don't even remember where I started that conversation. Somehow we ended up fighting.
Funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's our show.
Well, back on the topic of fucking brown sugar.
Oh God.
I didn't even come up with a debate topic for today.
I thought of one, but at the end it was kind of like
some other shit popped off that I knew would fill some time.
Yeah.
Of like we're going to spend a lot of time talking about quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. We did.
And we did. Spent a lot of time talking about it.
Yep.
So I feel like it was an okay show. What do you feel like?
No, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about track and field.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people. In the Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
To start the show. So
come on.
You stayed for the rest.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right.
I was trying to think if I was forgetting anything that happened. I think we touched it all. Yeah. Tiger will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after the back surgery, you didn't know if he was going to win again,
Yeah, and he did.
Anyways.
And he did.
No, he didn't, because he just had it 6 weeks ago.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other one. My bad.
The other one. I mean, it'd be like if he comes back after another back surgery, flips his car, compound fracture, shattered ankle.
Yeah.
Fucking bones sticking out of your leg.
Wins a major.
And comes back and wins again. It's like, well, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I think we need to redo that. There's the other one. We talked about that documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see a documentary because he's still active.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's no, it's too early.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things, too, like I've talked about how much I didn't like I was a big fan of the Bohemian Rhapsody movie and the Rocket Man movie. I was not.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, he's still he's right fucking there.
Yeah.
You know? I understand that Ray Charles was alive when they were shooting Ray. Ray was also pushing like fucking 90.
Yeah, exactly.
And he had more stuff like with heroin and stuff. I felt like he had a better story anyways because he did a lot of shit.
Elton, I mean.
Yeah, I understand that, but he also didn't write his own fucking songs. He was just a show pony.
That's a good point.
You know?
Still fantastic.
Yeah, he's got some fucking bangers, man. Fucking laying it down, too.
Yep. Yeah.
He was getting around.
Yes, he was. With everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for him. Feel like he led a pretty good life.
Yeah. I mean, he's still living it, so. Yeah.
Is he?
I don't know.
Well, I wonder how that happened, because remember he was doing his farewell tour that was like 2.5 fucking years long, and then we had the pandemic. Like, you just going to tack that on?
Yeah.
Are you fucking retiring?
Or are you still touring?
Or are you just saying, like, Cher? She's done, like, I'm retiring, like, 9 different fucking tours.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep dragging this on. No, there's no fucking way anybody's still listening to this goddamn show. After the first 5 minutes, I don't think anybody was listening. And just,
whatever.
Track and field guys.
It's okay.
We had a couple of hefty guys talking about running.
I'm not interested.
And we didn't. We talked about field sports.
Yeah.
Which is where the conversation started. Is that, you know, when you get your T-shirt, it just says track. And 2 fat guys wearing a shirt that says the high school track. And everybody just calls you a liar because it doesn't say field, like there's field events for the hefties.
Yes. For our Wideside guys.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.
Alrighty. Wideside!